And now it's time to meet the starting lineups for today's game. First, our visitors from LIU Brooklyn. Number 9, Jenna Lasapanera. Number 10, Tori Gray. Number 11, Kayla Riley. Number 13, Catherine Harvey. Number 14, Candace Moso. Number 25, Jillian May. Number 27, Virginia Gibbons. The captains for the Blackbirds, number 1, Jen Peters. Number 2, Mary McQueen. Number 3, Sierra O'Connor. Number 5, Roland McKenzie. And number 20, Tori Shinkowitz. The Blackbirds are coached by Allison Hanley. Assistant coach is Jessica Pandolf. Now let's stand and cheer for your Furman Paladins. At attack, a sophomore from Frederick, Maryland, number 26, Hannah Feinberg. At attack, a sophomore from Vero Beach, Florida, number 3, Abby Shields. At midfield, a senior from Brentwood, Tennessee, number 17, Hope Herline. At midfield, a junior from Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, number 25, Meg Lingo. On defense, a senior from Sumter, South Carolina, number 31, Ashley Cookie Gam. On defense, a senior from Edgewater, Maryland, number 6, Haley Gray. And in goal for the Paladins, a junior from Huntington, New York, number 28, Maggie Friel. The captains for the Paladins. At attack, a senior from Berlin, Maryland, number 2, Ashley Trice. At attack, a senior from Easton, Maryland, number 14, Paige Campbell. At midfield, a senior from Towson, Maryland, number 21, Devin Horine. On defense, a senior from Towson, Maryland, number 1, Samantha Echols. And on defense, a senior from Ocean City, Maryland, number 23, Molly Marshall. Assistant coaches for the Paladins are Faye Bruss and Remington Steele. The head coach of your Furman Paladins is Rachel Whitten. The officials for today's game are David Balo, Ashley Jagee, and Kelly Lawyer. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise at this time. Remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome into Paladins Stadium. Scott Cole along with Nate Warwick, and we have some women's lacrosse coming your way. It's the Furman Paladins, who are 1-3 on the season, taking on the LIU Brooklyn Blackbirds. And I tell you what, Nate, Furman desperately needs to move to 2-3 with this one.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a rough stretch. Already playing a couple ranked teams, tough losses to Duke and Johns Hopkins on the road, but very dominating win at home here against Presbyterian, 16-2. Blackbirds just coming off of their first win of the season, also against Presbyterian, and they won that one 12-10. So on paper, you might give the advantage a little bit to Furman, but definitely anybody's game.
One of the players to watch for LIU is Jen Peters. She's a senior from Slate Hill, New York. Already 6 goals, 3 assists on the season, Nate.
Yeah, she's been the one of the catalysts, and also Mary McQueen, 10 goals already with an assist. Both of them senior leadership, really providing some support to the Blackbirds. They haven't really had any trouble scoring goals. It's been the defense that has been a struggle, as they've given up 10 or more goals in all 4 games this year. So it'll really be, can the defense hold them, as I think the offense should be able to have some good scoring opportunities here.
On the other side, it's Paige Gamble, the 5'7" senior from Easton, Maryland. She's got 5 goals, 4 assists on the season, so she's a big part of this Paladin production.
Yeah, her and Abby Shields do a great job of working together and really kind of engineering the offense, as they've really been able to step up in a big way. Again, seniors, well, Shields is a sophomore, but both of them providing a lot of spark to the offense.
Well, here's your starting lineups. First for LIU, we talked about Jen Peters, Mary McQueen, Sierra O'Connor, Mackenzie Rowland is at midfield, Jenna Lanspanara is at midfield as well. At defense, Tori Gray. Midfielders are Kaylee Riley, Catherine Harvey, Candace Mosel, Tori Shinkowskitz, Jillian May, and Virginia Gibbons for Furman. On the attack, Abby Shields, Hannah Feinberg, Hope Hairline, Meg Lingo is at midfield. On defense, Haley Gray, Ashley Cookiegam is on defense as well. Maggie Friel in goal, Ashley Trice on the attack, Paige Gamble on the attack as well. In the midfield, Devin Harine, and the last 2 defenders, Samantha Eccles and Molly Marshall. Of course, Furman is coached by Rachel Whitten. She's in her 4th season, as we're about to have the face-off here at midfield. Furman will have the first possession of the afternoon, and they're already on the attack. Behind the cage they go. Nothing like purple uniforms with purple numbers to get started on a Wednesday.
Well, that was actually a really, really nice pass, setting it up on the near side of the goal, but just misplayed, had to reset.
Furman's going to stall it out. Of course, some of the changes from last year is the shot clock. Let you know when that gets down, it's about 50 seconds. 90 seconds in total. Sounds like a long time, but it does shorten up the game. A little more action than a year ago.
I mean, how many times do we see a goalkeeper hold the ball for 30 or 45 seconds? And that's really eliminated that pretty much completely.
Marshall sends it out top, now on the right side. And Harine shots off, and we'll have a call here. I'm not sure if they were in the crease or not. And I believe so. So we'll restart play. It'll be LIU with possession, and right off the bat, Nate, an errant pass.
And that one, that's one you really cannot afford to have. It was a wide open look and just flat out overshot it. Especially this deep in your own territory.
So Furman get another opportunity here. Of course, Ashley Trice, the senior from Berlin, Maryland, is the one you got to watch for. She leads the Paladins in goals with 6, and she has it right now. To the right side now. Here comes a shot in the middle off the frame. Furman's going to scoop.
And that does reset the shot clock, even though it was not a goal or a save. If it hits the frame at any point, that does effectively reset it.
And there is the first goal of the afternoon, and Furman takes an early 1-0 lead with 27-48. And so Harine goes ahead and gets Furman up on the board, Nate.
And again, that was just a great teamwork play setting up. She got an open look from the right side, and great job by Furman tracking down the ball after it hit the post. That's one where you can really be kind of discouraged, but good job sticking with it, keeping up the offensive pressure, and finding the gap in the right side of the net.
So for Harine, she gets things started here. That's her 4th goal in the year to go with 3 assists.
And once again, another senior.
Yeah, a lot of seniors. 4th year of the program, and so they've finally reached that maturity. Worth noting that LIU, of course, with the northern conditions, they played all on the road this year.
Yeah, this is their 5th straight road game, and that's got to be tough on the players. For Furman, this is their 2nd home game. The other 3 have been on the road.
There's the transition. Trice with it. Working her way into the attack. And they'll take it behind the cage and set up the offense with a 1-goal lead.
Had 2 great cuts into the middle, but that window is open for such a short time. If you don't hit it perfectly timed, you're probably going to turn it over.
So what Furman decides to do with it here. If they'll center it back up, they will. Gamble with it. That was turned away at the last moment. An LIU defender getting a stick on it, dispossessing the ball, but Furman will retain possession.
That was great defensive play, though. Otherwise, that was a point-blank shot.
Lingo to Gamble. In the middle, loose ball. And LIU will pick it up.
That's exactly where you want to set up if you're Furman, right in the middle of that gap. And almost another turnover here for LIU.
And it will be. The scoop. And Shields with it. And here's Gamble. Gamble with a shot in the goal. And just like that, Furman takes a 2-0 lead here in Greenville.
Another good cut to the center and nifty little sidestep move. Looked like she was going to get double teamed right here. Just that nifty little sidestep to the right creates just a little bit of space and puts it past Gibbons to double the lead.
Well, now Gamble is tied up with Ashley Trice for the leading goal scorers for this Paladin team. Of course, Gamble now with 10 points already on the season.
Well, she's been solid for them every year. In addition to all the goals and assists, she's their, as you see, their primary face-off specialist, or draw.
Sort of doing it all here. So 2-0 in favor of the home team with 26-16 remaining in the first.
LIU has really struggled to put together any kind of extended possession. They've had the ball a couple times, but have very quickly turned it over. They do win the draw here. See if they can do something with it.
And McQueen gets fouled. So the Blackbirds, coached by Allison Haney in her 5th season, trying to see if they can get on the attack for the first time today. Here goes Furman.
And again, just barely had the ball a few seconds before committing the foul, turning it over.
Yeah, McQueen lost it, and then McQueen fouled. And so the Paladins will have their 4th attack of the day. 2 goals already on 4 attacks. And the Blackbirds with 3 turnovers already. Behind the cage once again. A lot of space here on the left side. Center at Gamble again.
This time LIU not giving her anywhere to sidestep.
Yeah, a little double team, and the Blackbirds come out with it. It's number 14, Candace Mosel. And now a little bit of a run out, and we have some substitutions as well.
That was a beautiful pass. Just a tight little window to squeeze that into and got it.
Nikki Riley coming on for the Paladins and trying to give some defensive support here. Shinkowitz. Ball loose. Mosel able to scoop. Shinkowitz. Over to Jen Peters. We talked about her being sort of the danger woman for this team. You always have to get a mark. Here's McQueen. And a nice job by Friel picking it up, and the Paladins will try to clear and run out here.
It's been a little bit of a rough start to the year for Friel, but a lot of that just because of the really high quality of competition Furman has faced through these first 4 games.
Yeah, they played at Duke, beat Presbyterian. Vanderbilt was in here just 2 weeks ago, and then at John Hopkins, which is one of the best cross teams history-wise. And so Furman now on the attack, and this is really where that shot clock comes into play, when you're taking it from your own goal and on the attack. So just 50 seconds left here on the shot clock in Furman. A bit of an errant pass, able to be scooped up. And that was Brennan, who's just come into the game. Furman will go behind the cage once again. 30 on the shot clock now. Centers it.
Beautiful pass. Just not able to get enough separation to get off a clean look. Goes up over the net.
And Trice, someone you want to look for. They found her, but she couldn't finish. Furman's still with it. And this will be Furman with possession again. Of course, if you're new to lacrosse, whoever's the closest player when the ball goes over the line, that's who retains possession here. 10 on the shot clock, though.
Another good defensive play.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Still loose. Furman's going to have to take a shot. And they will have the shot clock violation, so it'll go back over to the Blackbirds.
And really credit that with that defensive play where they knocked the ball loose and then had good 5 or 10 seconds of somebody just trying to get control of it. Big defensive stop for the Blackbirds. Let's see if they can finally put together an extended possession on offense. Barely crossed midfield.
Got to have some awareness there. Shot clock running down to try to get something on goal. They don't. So LIU Brooklyn now will try to get into the final attacking zone, which they haven't. This is their first time in the zone since Friel turned one away a couple minutes ago.
And even that shot wasn't really that great of a look.
2-0. Scott Cole, Nate Warwick here with you. SoCon Digital Network. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. It's absolutely gorgeous here in Greenville, South Carolina. About 72 degrees, and the wind is still.
Yeah, if you didn't see the trees, you would think it was May instead of March.
Yeah, it almost feels like a late September day. A little Christmas in the air here with under 22 to play in the first. Furman leading by 2. There's Jillian May with it. She'll drop it off. Back to the point. There's Peters. Peters trying to find some room. She gets doubled. Furman doing a nice job on defense here. 20 seconds now left on the shot clock.
I don't know if you can hear it through our mics or not, but there is a ton of chatter going on the field. Lots of communication.
And LIU will get their first goal of the game, and they'll cut the lead to 1. We'll get the official word on that, but let's take a look at the replay.
That was fueled by a great run into the middle, getting just enough space, as it's going to be Catherine Harvey picking up her 5th goal of the year.
The sophomore from Canada, British Columbia.
That was great because she was moving to the side of the Furman defense. And again, all you need is that little window, and she did a great job of releasing it quickly. If you catch it and wait a little bit, it gives the defense time to get up to you. But bang, bang play, not quite a one-timer, but pretty close.
Well, 21-29. We got a 1-goal game now, the home team with the lead. And we'll set up to draw it from midfield again. Just really the second possession in the attacking zone for LIU Brooklyn, and they did come away with a goal. Furman has numbers. They get it up ahead.
Oh, it's a
Nice
great run
pass,
into the middle.
Cannot be grabbed. Trying to drop it over to Harine. They'll retain possession behind the cage.
That would have been a wide open breakaway for Harine if she could have hauled that in.
The pass was just a bit high. Could have been caught in the net. Couldn't get a stick on it. Furman now cutting again. Great job. Turning it away by Virginia Gibbons. Has faced a plethora of shots here early in the first.
Well, we've seen so many times lacrosse is a game of runs and momentum. And after Furman really dominated the first few minutes, LIU has started to put together a little bit of momentum of their own.
We're going to have a call here as Peters trying to get towards the crease. Was turned over, and then the foul was committed by LIU.
Nice touch on the pass.
A lot of room here for Furman. We're going to have another call down there. And official had the flag out, so it's going to be interesting to see where they set up this set piece. And it's going to be right at the point.
Relatively few whistles so far. No real great free position looks for either team.
Still early in this one. Furman trying to scoop it up. They will. Lingo back up to the top to Gamble. Furman on another run here. Shot clock at 40. Plenty of time for the Paladin attack. Surprisingly, Trice hasn't had a lot of touches. And this one over the bar will remain with Furman with 30 on the shot clock.
Furman's been putting a lot of high heat on their shots. Might be wise to try to bounce a couple in and just to change the look for Gibbons a little bit.
Gamble squeaks it out again, and a nice job going low by Furman, and I believe that was Harine again. Her second goal of the game.
Indeed, number 5 on the season, and exactly right down between the legs, low bouncing shot. It's so tough as a lacrosse goalkeeper to cover all the areas. You never know if they're going to bring the high heat, if they're going to bounce it to you, you're going to put it to your right, left, and it's just so many of the shots are coming in such a short distance. You have to have some pretty amazing reflexes to do well at the goalkeeper position.
So 3-1 now in favor of the home team. Furman had some opportunities in that possession and was able to send it home with the second of the day from Harine.
The same matchup, Gamble versus McQueen, that we've seen on every draw thus far.
Of course, a lot of these Paladin players from Maryland. Sort of a hotbed for lacrosse.
Yeah, really, that whole northeast region, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, a lot of lacrosse players coming out of those areas.
Here's Furman on another run. It was Harine who was unable to hold it on as she was working through the traffic. And now the Blackbirds see if they can clear. Great defense and a nice scoop by Gamble. Doesn't have numbers, so she'll probably take it back behind the cage. We're going to have a push on LIU Brooklyn. They'll swing it to the other side. Harine at the point. Off the Lingo.
Well, Blackbird's defense has actually come up with some nice cause turnovers, but their offense just has not been able to help them out.
And there's Trice trying to come off a pick. Trice only 2 or 3 touches here early in this with the leading goal scorer of the Paladins. Tied with 6 with Paige Gamble. Plenty of time on the shot clock, 45.
Have an opening in the middle. There it is.
Gray tried to drop it into Knowles. Knowles no more as a an assist player, but was cutting through the crease. So 17-29. LIU Brooklyn will have possession when we restart.
So he got her right into the head. That was Tori Shinkowitz who got hit, and they're going to give Trice the yellow card. Don't see a lot of those in lacrosse usually, unless it was last game, in which case we saw 7.
The shot is just wide to the right of the frame for the Blackbirds, and yeah, anytime a stick comes in contact with the head, it'd be a potential.
Well, especially since the ladies don't wear helmets like the guys do, it's a lot easier to have an injury in that area.
Furman falling asleep a little bit back there on the offensive end. That ball was loose for quite some time. Peters working against the Paladin defense. Will drop it off to the left. Good opportunity here for Brooklyn. Decide to move it back outside.
Oh, it's a great pass into the middle.
And Brooklyn will get their second goal of the game. Cut the lead to 1. Take a look at it again for LIU. They center it up.
And a very similar goal to the one Harine just scored, going low, bouncing almost right at the goal line to the right of Friel. And it's Christina Zalesi actually picking up her first goal of the season.
Yeah, nice cut and a good job moving inside. That was Harvey, Catherine Harvey at the point. Finded Zolzi.
So Harvey's got a goal and an assist here in the first part of this half. As mentioned, the Blackbirds typically do not have trouble scoring. You mentioned that coming into this game, Gamble led Furman with 9 total points on the year, and Blackbirds, through the same number of games, have 5 players with 9 points or more. So they definitely have the ability to put up goals in a hurry.
Well, it's McQueen and Gamble. Queen getting the best of that, and here comes LIU Brooklyn. So Connor, one of her first touches in the attacking zone today.
She's got 7 on the season goals.
I'm just going to have to keep those sticks high to guard another pass in the middle. That's where LIU's had some success here. There's Harvey once again at the point. Little spin move there from Mosel. Furman unable to recover another loose ball, so Brooklyn will have it here with a fresh shot clock, and they've tied it up. Once again, it's Zol Zizi.
Well, again, it was a nice initial save by Friel, but as you said, not able to pick up the loose ball, and then this is just a wraparound, nobody marking her at all, and there's only so much you can do when the player's 2 feet away from you. Great play there by Zalesi as she'll get her second goal of the game and the year.
Zalesi from Lyndhurst, New York. Back-to-back goals, and just like that, LIU Brooklyn has tied this game up at 3.
Well, this is going to sound incredibly obvious, but you can do so much more when you're not turning the ball over all the time, and that was really what plagued the Blackbirds through the first several minutes, is just not being able to hold on to the ball. When they're able to set up their offense, they have been very effective.
Their 5th straight road game. They were at Fresno State, UC Davis, Radford. They got their first win of the year, 12-10 over Presbyterian. This is in Clinton, South Carolina. If you're from South Carolina, Clinton, South Carolina. Team that Furman plays a lot in all athletics. So the Paladins looking to break a tie. Brennan puts it behind the cage. Another high opportunity. It will stay with Furman.
That was a tough shot. A lot of pressure. Didn't really get the clean look she was looking for.
Tries to Brennan. Brennan. Furman will work it all the way back around. Reversing it. Brennan gets it again.
Got an open player in the middle. Couldn't get it to her.
Still loose. 15 on the shot clock now. 10. And they go low and they get the goal. And I think that was Gray.
And that's basically a carbon copy of what the Blackbirds just did with Zalesi on the other side. Wrap around that direction and just put it right into the low corner.
Actually, Britt Douglas, number 9, the junior from Avon, Connecticut, doing a nice job point blank with the shot clock running down.
And that's her first goal of the year. But those two goals we saw, the last one by Furman and the last one by the Blackbirds, almost the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's hard to stop it when it's from point blank range. And so with 13:38 here left in the first, Furman once again goes up by 1.
It's not going to be Gamble going up against McQueen. This time it is Abby Shields.
Yeah, Furman with a little bit of substitutions after those last couple possessions by the LIU Brooklyn, trying to get some fresh legs on the field. So let's see how Shields does against McQueen.
She did a really good job last home game. Different draws she had a crack at.
Furman still loose. They'll come away with it. Boy, usually when someone hits the turf, you have a call, and there will be one. Furman will have possession here off the foul.
Well, especially in the ladies' game, but really in both, that's often the case.
Sloppy play here. Furman trying to steady it.
Great takeaway.
The turnover from Douglas, who just had the goal. McQueen, boy, she's had a lot of touches for the Blackburns and done a nice job in possession. Furman's going to have to be careful here. And
got a timeout called, I believe, by the Blackbirds.
yeah, so Allison Haney will call our first timeout of the game. Of course, she knows a lot more about it than I do, but they were on the transition, but Furman was able to get back in time, and I think LIU Brooklyn just wants to set something up here, trailing by 1. You know, that's the interesting thing. You're on a counterattack, and you got to be careful that you don't turn it over and get counterattacked yourself. And I think at this point, Allison Haney also seeing some fatigue set in for the Blackbirds. Just want to set something up with 13-13 and trailing by 1.
Well, Furman has definitely been winning the possession battle throughout the first half. And it's Blackbirds have really shot themselves in the foot a lot with how many turnovers they've had. But for all of that, they're only trailing by 1. And that's probably part of what Coach is telling them right now is that, you know, really Furman could be up by a lot more than they are given the opportunities they've had.
We mentioned LIU coming in here, and I tell you what, this has been sort of a defensive game. Take a look at some of these plays by LIU and Furman. A lot of dispossessions.
Yeah, just being smart and getting in the way. A lot of time you see both of those plays you just saw is getting stick on stick, forcing the ball loose, and then being able to follow that up with getting the ground ball as well. It has been really a good defensive effort, especially for a team that, as I mentioned, has given up double-digit goals in every game this year. Until they definitely stepped up that part of the game.
Yeah, coming in, Blackbirds gave up 15 to Fresno State, 19 to UC Davis, 16 to Radford, and gave up 10 to Presbyterian. That's the only common opponent between these two. And Furman had a 16-2 win over Presbyterian back on February 22nd. So I don't know if that's playing in the minds of Furman, that they thought, well, you know, we beat a common opponent by 14. They only beat them by 2. We should be able to have a cakewalk here, but it seems that Brooklyn has come and shown a bit of physicality to the Paladins.
Yeah, this has definitely been a very tight-fought battle. It looked like Furman was going to run away with it at the beginning when they got those 2 quick goals, and Blackbirds couldn't hold on to the ball. But since then, they've done a great job adjusting their game and really limiting the mistakes.
Furman with 13 shots, LIU with 7. They have possession here, Peters. Certainly been Peters and McQueen facilitating inside, and Furman's going to have to continue to watch for that inside presence of the Blackbirds. Peters with it again. There they go, trying to dump it in the middle.
And that was to McQueen. Another save, I believe that's number 3 on the day now for Friel.
Friel doing a nice job. They'll get it out. Let's see if they can get in there and cause the clear. 6 turnovers for the Blackbirds, 5 for Furman.
The middle, that's how they've gotten 3 of their 4 goals.
Shields behind the cage here. She'll go to her line. Gamble up top, so majority of that starting lineup back in there for Furman after the timeout was taken by the Blackbirds. Gamble. Here comes Trice, who doesn't have a goal yet today. Into the middle, wasn't a shot there, so the high pass to Gamble, who was able to take it, and here's her line. In the middle to Shields, and Shields puts it home, and the Paladins take a 2-goal lead.
Again, just as I was talking about that timing of the runs into the middle, you'll see all throughout the possession, they'll just be making runs, back in, back out, back in, back out. And when you can get the timing where you get that little gap in the defense, that was a beautiful pass to Shields. She was set up right in front of the goal, and almost too easy for Furman there as they regain a 2-goal lead. Goal number 5 for Shields.
Yeah, her 9th point of the year, assisted by Hairline. And Furman's done a nice job when they have had the opportunity to clear, not only clearing, but then get down on the other end and applying some pressure. And right now enjoying a 2-goal lead with 11:15. Scott Cole and Nate Warwick with you here on a Wednesday afternoon. Absolutely gorgeous weather here in the upstate of South Carolina.
Another draw control for Furman. They've done a great job on that thus far this afternoon.
Back to the point to Gamble. She's been the facilitator today, but has a goal of her own.
Great job stopping that play right there. The outside in run, they have done a great job shutting that down. It's been the people cutting in behind that double team that's really given them problems. Nice defense causing the turnover.
Boy, that was Kayla Riley on the clear out. Showing a lot of speed from her defensive position. So now the Blackbirds will go to work, trailing by 2. Coming up on 10 minutes to go, here comes the Paladins. They have numbers. It's a 4-on-3 break.
That was a gorgeous spin move to split the defense.
We wouldn't have hated her to take that shot. She earned it, but a nice find. And Furman will take a 2-goal lead, as that is Britt Douglas again, her 2nd goal of the game for the junior.
Well, how about the unselfish play? Is beautiful spin move, runs all the way down the field, has a chance for a look, maybe not the best angle, pulls it back, but then finding Douglas in the middle. Great unselfish play, and Furman's lead is back to 2 once again.
So the assist by Feinberg, who was the player that Nate mentioned, had scooped it up and had the spin. Goal number 2 of the season, goal number 2 of the game for Britt Douglas. Furman leading draw control 7-3, and They've made an adjustment to go with Shields here in the middle. They started off with Gamble. And Shields has had the best of McQueen over the last couple draws.
And a big factor in Furman maintaining the lead.
And there it is on the ground again. Furman comes up with a scoop. Why not get it a hand of Feinberg? She'll have it here on the restart after the foul. She'll go behind the cage. Shields almost on that back line.
By the way, that was Feinberg's third assist. Nice knockdown on the pass. Turnover caused there by the Blackbirds.
There's the double team. So now they have the tough job of trying to clear it. They'll swing it all the way around. There's Riley. We saw her before. She's got some wheels, and that one's going to be a bit high. There's going to be a run for it here. Cookie Gam's going to scoop it up.
And when there's a foot race, if Cookie Gam is involved, she's probably going to be the one to get it.
Yeah, her and Riley on the other side are really got the afterburners. There's another gear in those two defensemen here today.
But going back to that pass, that was a chance where, for the Blackbirds, they'd just gotten the big defensive stop, trying to go on the transition to get some momentum, and then just throwing the ball away. That's something they really struggle with in the early part of the game.
So after that long run, Cookie Gam will take a little breather. Hey, when you run about 80 yards, the pass in the slot there does not find its way in safely, and now LIU Brooklyn still doesn't have possession. And we're going to have a call on the far side, and it'll stay with LIU Brooklyn.
Both teams struggling a little bit to actually hold on to the ball in that span.
So Harvey put it behind for Santucci. Those LIU Brooklyn fans watching at home, we did not get a pronunciation guide, so go easy on us. 6-4 is your score, and both these teams got to be proud with the way they played thus far, especially on the defense. And we got a stoppage in play, and it'll be Furman will have possession here after some aggressive stick play in the middle.
And credit Friel with another nice save on that wraparound shot. That's exactly the way LIU scored one of their previous goals. And this time she is up to the task. And look at this run down the middle. It's like the seas parted.
Very aerodynamic with the stick, takes the shot. And I believe that was Orion with that long run. Shields now. We mentioned the dark numbers on the purple uniforms, and it doesn't matter as Furman puts another one in, and I believe this is going to be, still trying to grab that number there. Your guess is as good as mine, partner.
There we go, Alyssa Cooper. That is her second goal of the year. And it's been the winning formula for Furman so far today has been kick it out to the outsides, get a run into the middle, find a space, and then hit it with a pass, quick shot. That has been the way they scored almost every goal. Works again here as Furman has their largest lead of the afternoon at 7-4.
Worth noting here on the official roster, pass it out to the fans and attendance here in the broadcasters. Alyssa Cooper left off the list. She's all the way down at the bottom here, so a nice job by Furman. Now with a 3-goal lead, 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
And a badly needed draw control one there for LIU.
Second goal of the season you mentioned for Cooper, and Abby Shields on the assist, having a good day. Not only in front of the cage, but behind the cage for Shields. This is a key 2:39 left in the game. In the first half, for the Blackbirds here. If they can close this lead down to 2, a little bit of a danger zone.
Well, yeah, they've been doing a good job with damage control throughout the first half, but now Furman starting to pull away just a little bit. Definitely be a big morale boost for the Blackbirds if they could go into the halftime leading by 2 or fewer. And a 2:13 is plenty of time to see multiple goals go in.
Well, Jen Peters is going to have a good shot at this on the reset. And she will find the upper 90. And so Jen Peters gets her 7th goal of the year. The senior from Slate Hill, New York. We talked about her off the start, and let's take a look at it again.
Yeah.
That's some of the draws that Shields has been playing well. You see the run out, and here's the restart. And Peters finds that upper 90.
And that is an incredibly difficult shot to stop if you're expecting anything low. That was perfectly placed into, as I said, upper 90, far left corner. And that's just an extremely difficult shot to stop. And the last 2 goals now for LIU have come off of those free position opportunities. Furman, you know, we talked about one of the big problems for the Blackbirds has been the turnovers in their own zone. Well, the fouls in their own zone have really come back to bite the Paladins a little bit, as now back-to-back goals scored off those free position shots.
Yeah, 2 for 2 in free positions. Not only opportunities, but shots for the Blackbirds. Now we got a 2-goal game, and LIU Brooklyn with another opportunity here, trailing by 2.
Yeah, another big draw control win. Now they have time to set up, possibly even narrow this back down to 1.
And with Furman was starting to get the lion's share of draw controls, LIU Brooklyn over the last couple of minutes have seen it go in their favor, and Friel with a nice save. 90 seconds to go in the half. We'll see if they go quick.
And credit the defense as well, as they made that a very, very tough angle on the shot.
Feinberg, we know she's got wheels and moves. Centers it.
Oh, good delay.
Douglas, boy, was looking for the hat trick. So Furman will reset it up. Forget about the shot clock because there's just 1 minute to go in the half. Brennan will swing it all the way across. Gamble now at the point. Into the middle.
Now Blackbirds have 45 seconds.
That's plenty of time. Carrying the stick out in front. Now we'll go with 2 hands for safety. And we're going to have a foul on Feinberg there. And so with 37 seconds to go, the restart, Furman's going to have to be careful. They want to hold on to a 2-goal lead here going into the half.
Yeah, and this could be a huge momentum boost for LIU. Great pass.
We're going to have a foul on the shot. Peters was coming in there, had some room, and so now here's another free position. They're 2 for 2 today. Take a look at it again here, Nate.
And again, that actually looked like a clean block to me. It looked like a really nice play from behind, just smacking the stick, but officials have a little bit closer view than we do.
Here's Peters already with a free position goal.
And with the opposite side.
Yeah, decides to go against the stick, and with 25 seconds remaining in the half, we now have a 1-goal lead, and for the first time today, LIU has back-to-back goals.
Yeah, and switch it up. Instead of going to the far corner, popped it into the near side. A little bit of chess game there between the shooter and keeper. But for the Blackbirds, this is about as good of an ending to a half as you could ask for. Going down by 3, but then responding with back-to-back goals. And again, for Furman, those fouls so costly. 3 free position goals given up, and those have been the last 3 goals scored for LIU Brooklyn.
They actually credited that foul to Meg Lingo, so it must have been before the shot. But that foul led to a free position goal. Blackbirds 3 for 3 today. Here's a key draw.
They could actually tie this up. 20 seconds is enough time to get off a good shot.
Yeah, here's Harvey. Harvey with a nice move. 15 to go now. Lots of space. And And they're going to have an opportunity for a shot if they want it here. 5. They give it to Peters. Has 2 goals already. 3, 2. Got to get rid of it. And McQueen, maybe not noticing where the clock was and what the time is, so he hit the half. It's a score 7-6. Nate, what did you see there in that first half?
Well, really, the two things that were big for each team, for the Blackbirds, it was the turnovers. For Furman, it was the fouls. Furman doing a great job passing inside of the zone, looking for that gap in the middle. They did a great job. Almost all of their 7 goals coming that way. But then on the defensive end, Blackbirds really capitalizing by putting a lot of pressure on the Furman defense, drawing those fouls, and then is a 3 for 3 on the free position shots, really keeping them in this game right now.
Well, the players will step off the field, so we'll step away a little bit. 10-minute halftime, we come back. Furman with just a 1-goal lead. Back here at the half, Furman with a 1-goal lead over LIU Brooklyn. And I'll tell you what, Nate, Furman had a 7-4 lead with about 3 minutes to go, and LIU Brooklyn with a surge before the half to cut the lead to 1.
Yeah, a few things contributing. One, they finally started getting some more draw controls. They were losing that category badly. I believe it was 7-3 at one point. They were able to win the last 2 or 3 draws in a row. And we're going to take a look at some of the highlights.
Yeah, it's good. First half highlights. And it was Furman getting off to a big lead. And it was Gamble with the second goal, but that wouldn't keep LIU Brooklyn out for long as Harvey put one in, and then Furman really jumped out to a lead, and it was some free positions at the end of the half that caused a lot of trouble for Furman. As you see, Zaleski going low again, and boy, Gibbons with 2 goals. And there was Shields, and Furman looked like they might have been in control, Nate, but the Blackbirds would battle back at the end of the half.
Yeah, and these free position ones were just really what did it. The back-to-back ones there for Peters, who has done such a good job all throughout the year scoring-wise, but after winning the draw controls, being able to hang on to the ball and just so much pressure. Furman, one thing they have not done as well in this game is defending without fouling. They've done a good job forcing turnovers in the offensive zone, but in their defensive zone, they've struggled with that a little bit, and the Blackbirds have been able to capitalize. Really looked like Furman was going to pull away down the stretch of the half, but those 2 costly fouls and 2 great shots by Peters have the Blackbirds right in this.
So we're set to start half number 2. Furman 1-3 on the season, so is LIU Brooklyn. Of course, LIU Brooklyn coming off a win at Presbyterian College 12-10 just 2 days ago. We'll see if that fatigue sets in. 3 days ago, it was Furman taking on the powerful John Hopkins, a game they would lose by 10.
Well, having to play 2 ranked teams on the road in your first 4 games, always a difficult task for any team.
So it's a 1-goal lead. Scott Cole here with Nate Warwick. And we look at some of the stats here from the first half. Furman, 19 shots, 10 on goal. Friel had 5 saves. Draw controls were 8-6. For LIU, they had 13 shots, 11 on goal, very efficient. 3 saves by Gibbons. 4 fouls for the Blackbirds, 7 for the Paladins. And the key stat when you look down that stat line is 3 for 3 on the free positions.
Yeah, Furman not able to generate any of those themselves, but the clear is just 8 of 13 for Brooklyn. Those are those turnovers in their own zone we talked about. Furman 8 for 8 on the clears. They have been able to generate a turnover on their own half. They've done a good job clearing it out. As you said, the efficiency for the Blackbirds, they've been very smart with their shots. And only 2 shots off target here so far.
Shields and McQueen will draw it up again. And Riley will scoop it. So LIU Brooklyn will now be going from right to left to start the half, and they'll have the first possession.
They have not had the game tied since it was 0-0.
Nice little spin move from Mosel, who had her first goal of the year there in the first half. Cleared it all the way back out to Shinkowitz. Coming in on the left side. Of course, Friel has that stick closed down on the left. So we'll see if Blackbirds decide to attack from the right. Furman continuing to force him toward the stick side of Friel. Back behind the cage they go. May gives it up to Peters, who's had 2 goals already, both off free positions. And for Furman, if they could, well, speaking of what I was about to say, if they could just stop fouling in the attacking zone.
Now May, and she's got 5 goals already this season.
I think we'll see another aggressive play.
Big save for Friel.
Yeah, nice job by Friel turning it away. Here comes Furman on the run out. And we're going to have a push. As Herine was trying to get past Peters. And so we'll restart the race. Ryan will get the clear. Furman will go on the attack. See if they go quickly. There's Trice. Been quiet today. 6 goals on the year. Furman will set it up. A little screen at the top. And there's Shields, is normally behind the cage. First possession of the half in the attacking zone for Furman. Leading by 1. Both these teams looking for their second win of the year. Gamble will slow it down with under 40 to go on the shot clock. Shields into Trice. Trice tried to get it off the stick, couldn't.
It was a great pass, but better defensive play by Rowland. He's able to knock it out just as Trice was winding up for the shot.
So here come the Blackbirds. Harvey making a run toward the middle. And they're going to have Gamble with the foul, and here goes Harvey on the reset.
Harvey with a goal already this afternoon.
She got things started for LIU. Peters plays it off. So if they go side, go back to point. McQueen's going to have it here. Shinkowitz.
Almost intercepted by Cookie Gamble.
And there's McQueen. McQueen goes low, and we got a tie game here in Greenville.
I thought that was actually some really good defense by Furman. Just a better offensive play by McQueen. Working off the spin. She was pressured hard. Got the low shot off. See it right here. Beautiful spin move. Really being pressured pretty well by Eccles, but just able to get just enough of a look to squeak it past Friel.
Friel a little bit slow on getting the stick down, but a nice shot by McQueen. And you mentioned how effective changing the eye level of the keeper can be. So
McQueen with her 11th goal of the year. This is just the 5th game. She has been a goal machine for the Blackbirds.
And she has possession a lot. We'll go back to Gamble on the draw controls, and Gamble will win it. So 3 straight unanswered by LIU Brooklyn. See if Furman can finally answer. It was 2 goals before the half, and then the opening score goes to the Blackbirds.
Yeah, Furman has not scored in almost exactly 7 minutes.
And this will get away from Furman. And there's an unforced turnover deep in their own end.
12th turnover for Furman, as they have really been racking up over the latter part of the first half and beginning of this half.
See if Furman will press. Try to eat up some of that shot clock.
Got some good pressure on that clearing pass by Gibbons. Great opportunity, 2-on-1.
And the shot is in there. And Shields, after that turnover, ends up with a goal, her second of the day. 4 points now for Shields on the afternoon.
And you really can't blame Gibbons on that one too much. Whenever a keeper is trying to deal with a 2-on-1, that makes your already difficult job even harder. Take a look at this. So here's the defensive play that sets it up. Got the 2-on-1, great pass ahead, and then it's a wide open look. Nice shot into the lower right-hand corner. And great answer for Furman after giving up 3 goals in a row. Regain the lead. They still have not trailed at any point this afternoon.
So 7-8 in favor of Furman, and you got to give a lot of credit there to Britt Douglas, who already has 2 goals on the day. She was the one with the scoop, was able to get into the attacking zone and then pass it off to Shields, who had the easy look.
So Shields and Douglas both with 2 goals and an assist here this afternoon.
So Gamble will get back in there with McQueen. McQueen's taking every draw for LIU Brooklyn. And he'll fall to the ground, and ain't nobody got time for that.
Furman with a slight edge, 9-7 in the draws.
25-25 to go. Still loose. Still on the ground. And we'll have a foul on McQueen. That's Furman was trying to regain possession off the draw. And here come the Paladins.
It's been a physical game, but it's been relatively whistle-free. Only 15 total fouls through the first 25 minutes.
Nice job.
Or 35 minutes, sorry.
Switching the play there down to the right side. And here's a run from Furman. Shields behind the cage. The ever-dangerous Shields, and they center it. And it's a goal. An unbelievable shot by Gamble, who lost it, regained it, and Furman has scored 2 straight.
I'm still trying to figure out how that pass actually got to Gamble. Looked like the Blackbirds had it pretty well covered. You'll see it right here. Just somehow squeaked it through past the keeper, who was trying to intercept it. And then Gamble with a little clutch and shot. And that's why she is the team leader in points right there. With her 11th point of the year, 7 goals and 4 assists.
It all started when they switched the pitch over to Lilly. Lilly, on a nice run, gave it to Shields, and Shields found Gamble.
So I'm sorry, I actually misspoke. Shields is the team leader because of that one, because she actually has 12, 6 goals and 6 assists, as she's picked up 2 goals and 2 assists here this afternoon.
So Furman now with 21 shots, 12 on goal, and 9 of which have found their way home. Paladins again. Momentum leading the way of the home team. Shields. Boy, finds another pass, and this one goes off the frame.
Got free, hit the crossbar. So fresh shot clock for Furman. I don't think they plan to use a lot of it, though. They want a quick shot and a goal.
Yeah, they do. And Brennan puts it home.
She's really had a great sophomore year. That's her 5th goal to go along with 2 assists. She's really stepped up here this season for Furman. And again, set up by a great pass just past the defense, as it was Kayla Riley who was trying to chase down Brennan. And a well-used timeout here for the Blackbirds as they follow up scoring 3 goals in a row by allowing 3 goals in a row.
Yeah, they were trailing 7-4, and they tied things up just shortly after intermission, but Furman has come back with 3 of their own. And so with 24-16, Furman with a 10-7 lead as we sit here at halftime. And gorgeous day for lacrosse. Scott Cole, Nate Warwick with you here on the SoCon Digital Network. Wherever you might be on this Wednesday, thank you for making us a part of your day. And so we'll have 1 timeout remaining for LIU. Remember, they used a timeout in the first half. Furman still with their full slate of 3.
Well, despite some of the turnovers Furman has had, their passing overall has been very good. And you look at the assists, 7 of the 10 goals for Furman have come with an assist. Only 2 of 7 for LIU Brooklyn, of course, big part of that, with 3 of them coming off the free position shots. But a lot of it goes back to that draw control. Furman has regained some dominance there here at the start of the second half, giving themselves more possessions. And then after giving up that tying goal, they have responded very well, rattling off 3 in a row. And how about the play of Abby Shields? 4 points today.
She's had a lion's share of the possession, most of it coming from behind the cage. Has a goal to her name, but also really starting to dish things out. So 24-16 to go. Furman leading by 3, and I think if you have any solstice here, if you're LIU, is you've come back from 3 before, and there's still plenty of time to go in this one.
Actually misspoke. Shields has 5 points today, 2 goals and 3 assists. But yeah, I mean, they have definitely proved all throughout the season that they can put up goals. And with that run of 3 in a row, we've already done, definitely can do it again. Lots and lots of time remaining. But right now, momentum is definitely in Furman's corner.
Of course, Trice has been quiet this afternoon, so is Sophie Brennan for the Paladins. Control with LIU Brooklyn. Shinkowitz will put it behind the cage. Good defense on the back end. And they'll go all the way back out to the point, and that's where O'Connor will have it.
And this is a big possession for the Blackbirds. You've given up 3 goals in a row. There is a lot of time left, but if you're LIU, you really want to come away with, at the very least, a quality look here, if not a goal.
So O'Connor with it on the left side, 45 on the shot clock. May gives it to Mosel momentarily. We're back out to the point. Shot clock at 30 now for Peters. Harvey. Behind the cage once again, 20 here to go on the shot clock. Give it to Peters. Peters gets loose. And I think we're going to have a foul. Here comes another free position. And Peters is already 2 for 2 on the day. And so probably the last person for the Blackbirds that the Paladins want to see in that free position.
She's gone high on either side, been successful both times.
A little bit tougher angle than she's had before. She'll quickly be able to slide to the right and get in the slot. So here we are on the reset. Peters, decides to lay it off for May, and Friel rises to the challenge, and here come the Paladins.
I think that was actually a really smart move by Peters, as May had a much better angle for the shot. But then Friel coming up big with the save. That is save number 7 for her on the day.
And Furman will lose that out of bounds. Is getting a little chippy down there.
So it has been a fairly physical game. The officials, for the most part, have let them play, but a few fouls have been very costly for Furman, leading directly to Blackbird goals.
We had a foul there, but Furman had the advantage on the run out. Official probably regretting a little bit of that call with Furman with the advantage. Nice clear here by the Paladins. They give it a gamble. And I think with a 3-goal lead here, Furman is going to use a little bit of that possession, Nate.
Yeah, try to chew up a little bit of the shot clock. Right now the game clock is your friend. and really try to wear down the defense a little bit.
Gamble will get it back up top. And this is Lily. Excuse me, Hairline with it. Shields finds Gamble once again, and Gamble will take a high shot and did have a delayed call, but it'll stay with Furman. And boy, that's a uncharacteristic pass by Shields.
Nice save by Cookie Gam, though. Scooped it up just before it went out of the sideline. What a pass.
And a great shot. And so Furman will go up 4. And that's Douglas with the hat trick today, and Furman leads by 4.
And again, I feel it's worth mentioning, Douglas had not scored in all 4 games this year, positioned herself beautifully, got the great feed into the middle, and Furman continues to pour it on. They have responded as well as you could possibly ask for after coughing up 3 goals in a row.
So a hat trick for Douglas at the 21:01 mark.
Also, Isabel Walsh picking up her first assist of the season. Just trio of goals, but that's assist number 1.
Lacrosse can be a strange game sometimes. You come into the season with 0 goals, and the next thing you know, you got a hat trick. So Furman will face off once again.
For the Blackbirds, Zalesi could do the exact same thing. She had no goals coming into the game, and she scored 2, so if she tacks on 1 more, both teams will have accomplished the feat.
Gamble and McQueen drawing it off once again. And a beautiful job there by Gamble. Clean draw. Looking up. Furman's going to have a shot. And it was an amazing pass by Gamble. And then a nice job by Furman putting it home. And Shields now has a hat trick.
3 goals and 3 assists, and how about that pass by Gamble? And I'll look to see what the official time expiration was, but I think that was less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was
See
a clean
Gamble with
draw.
the run up, there's the pass, and then the shot by Shields, and Gibbons is left to say, defense, where are you? I got a person getting a clean breakaway on me.
It all was because of the draw, and then the heads-up look. You're just not used to a draw coming out that clean. And Shields did a nice job noticing that. Usually hanging out behind the cage, came out in front for her 3rd goal of the game. 3 and 3 is a pretty good day.
That's her 7th goal of the season. It was 9 seconds that elapsed between one goal and the other.
So they took McQueen off the draw. It was Candace Mosel. Just trying to change things up as the draws have really starting to go in the way of Furman.
Yeah, Furman still with a 12-9 edge on the draw controls.
This one's flubbed just a little bit. We'll see if Peters can regain here. And Peters will escape the double team. Here is Mosel.
Nothing we haven't really mentioned a whole lot is Friel having a big second half. He's come with some big saves, has 7 total.
Yeah, gave up an early goal in the half, but the Furman defense has been able to rise up here over the last 8 minutes or so. 20 to go in the game.
Turnover caused.
That's going to be a big hit with the body, and
that's one that you could see carded for occasionally, especially in a chippy game, but since there was no contact to the head or anything, they're just going to go with a common foul on that one.
yeah, it's almost a 50-50 ball. We can see the frustration starting to set in for Peters, and this is a nice run out by Furman here, and they'll get into the zone.
A good look into the middle. There it is.
And Lingo will just fall back. I believe that's actually Feinberg there on the far side. We mentioned off the go, Furman's got dark numbers on their dark uniform. And unless the light hits it just right, 6s can become 5s, 9s can become 6s.
Or 8s.
Yeah. It's a thin font as well, I'd say. Compressed. Nevertheless, Furman up 5. Boy, a lot of space there. They'll go back outside. Try to duck under. Not there. Still plenty of time on the shot clock.
Yeah, defensive foul resets the shot clock as well, just like basketball.
And this will be scooped up. Gamble.
Again, if you're Furman, there's no need to rush this. Just get a good opportunity. You've scored 5 in a row. You have all the momentum right now, and the clock's on your side. Just work for the shot you want.
Feinberg does a nice job sticking back with it. Gets it to Gamble. Gamble with some space. They're going to have a call inside, and that'll set up a free position for Furman. They've only had one today, and they decided to bail on it. They didn't take a shot on it, but maybe straight out in front. We'll see what Gamble can do with it.
In some ways, that's actually tougher because you are a little farther away from the goal.
Yep, and once again, they'll pass it off.
Great spin move. Nice save by Gibbons.
Yeah, Gibbons with a good save. It was a decent effort from Harine trying to go low and got turned away. Now here's Gamble.
Got hit on the pass. As you said, it's been a physical game, but it's getting just a little bit more so as frustration mounting for the Blackbirds, having given up 5 straight goals after putting 3 straight in to tie it at 7.
All right, once again on the free position reset. They'll have a clear run and a goal. And a nice job by Furman. And
6 in a row.
Yeah, 6 unanswered. We were knotted up at 7 just into this half of the 30. And Gamble, once again, puts one home.
That's her 8th of the year. She's the 3rd different Paladin with a hat trick today.
We're going to have a correction here. That's actually Meg Lingo, number 25, with the goal.
It's her 3rd. But either way, Furman has put in 6 in a row.
So it'll be Mosel for the Blackbirds. Once again, in there on the draw.
2 number 14 squaring off against each other. By the way, Gamble is the one who picked up an assist on that free position opportunity, and that's Gamble's 2nd assist of the day, 6th of the season.
It did a great job in finding Lingo on a 45-degree angle, and here come the Paladins again. Up by 6. We're going to have a little infraction that'll have Furman with the reset. Under 18 to go now. And we got a call, and I think we might have an official timeout on the field. And the official on the far side is going to do some counting. And there's one too many on the inside on the reset. So here we go.
That will reset the shot clock because of that violation.
So Shields back up top to Gamble.
Gamble and Shields both have had an outstanding day today.
Well, those are 2 Paladins that they don't sub out very often, especially in a close game. Lead has been pushed to 6, but still have a ways to go. So LIU before the half put in 2 goals in about 90 seconds of play.
In this half, we saw Paladins put in 2 goals in 10 seconds of play.
Here's the run. Try to a low sidearm scoop. Furman will retain possession here. Shot clock at 35.
Done a great job on the ground balls. Won almost twice as many of those at 18 to 10.
Gamble takes her eye off it just for a moment. From my angle, that looks like Courtney Baker, who's worked herself in the game, number 30. So they'll work it around once again. Shot clock at 10. Gamble will have to take a shot. Will, and will miss it. And with 4 seconds on the shot clock, Furman.
So it'll have to be basically a catch and shoot. Because since it was an errant shot, it does not count.
And that'll be the horn. And so that'll change possession back to LIU Brooklyn. They're 1-3 on the season. Furman 1-3 as well. Furman looking for win number 2. 16:08 to go. Furman leading 13-7.
This is the 3rd home game for Furman. And it's been 5 straight road games for the Blackbirds.
They played 2 tough ones on the road at Duke and at John Hopkins for Furman. There's not a lot of teams that come out of Durham with a win. 6-goal lead in this one. Little breeze starting to pick up down on the field. 73 degrees here in Greenville, South Carolina. Not bad for the first 8 days of March. Gamble will swing it across. Furman will try to make a run. And there is Douglas, who's got a hat trick to her name already. Nice little drop off to Gamble. Gamble thought about a left-handed shot there. Once again, Furman eating up this clock. 30 to go. Douglas lost it.
Gibbons is going to trap it.
They had a foul there in the middle, but decided just to play the advantage as Gibbons had already picked it up. And here comes a run out for Brooklyn. They're going to make the long pass to Peters. Peters has some space, a man to beat. Try to put it behind the cage to McQueen. And how many times have you seen that? Number 1 passing it to number 2, and really surprised Peters didn't take a shot there, but a good job by Furman.
That would have been a pretty tough angle. We've seen her hit some of those before, but wanted to take a better one. And Friel again, save number 8.
Yeah, McQueen went low, and Friel will pick it back up with coming up on 14 minutes to go in this one, leading by 6. Something tells me the Paladins aren't satisfied with a 6-goal lead. They'll try to find O'Reilly, who's trying to help with the clear.
A lot of contact there here on the near side, but no whistle.
Yeah, May and Riley got tangled up.
Loose ball, and they had a great chance at that one. And it's going to be a foul on LIU Brooklyn when, look at the Blackbirds really could have had the steal. But was Riley not able to hang on to it.
So here's the restart, 50 on the shot clock. And once again, Furman will take their time. Take it behind the cage to Shields. Furman will overload the left side. A little clear out for Shields. And they bring Douglas off that curl, and Douglas was looking for her 4th goal of the game, but went wide.
Gibbons was frustrated that it wasn't awarded to the Blackbirds, as she felt she was the closest one to it. And it will be given to her.
Yeah, Furman was trying to get back there, but they couldn't. Let's see what McQueen can do with it. In the middle now for LIU Brooklyn. Soletsky with it. They're going to take a few paces back here for the reset with 2:26 to go. 12:26. Schinkowitz on the right side. Furman's defensive intensity has picked up here in the second half, and for Brooklyn. At times, their offense has been stagnant.
When Furman has done exactly the things you want to do to control the pace, they've forced turnovers, they've won draws, had sustained possessions on offense, gotten in the passing lanes. A much, much better defensive effort. Yielded that goal early, but since then, they've kept the Blackbirds off the board.
And Peters loses it. Furman with a scoop. They'll get the possession. And we're going to have a push from behind. And I think they're going to get Peters once again, and Furman will go quick.
Well, why not? You have the 6-on-3 now.
And that's going to be a bit high. That was Lilly.
Got a little bit too aggressive charging down the field. They had numbers, but pass was
Trice and
overthrown.
Shields were both down there. The pass just a bit out of the reach of Trice. And here's the reset for the Blackbirds. They got some room here. A lot of space coming up the right side.
A lot of space, but no numbers yet. It's another thing Furman has done well. Their transition defense has been good. Very few easy transition opportunities for LIU today.
So here's the Blackbirds. Cowitz finds Zolezi. Queen skips across to Harvey. Shinkowitz. May loses it. Still on the ground. Furman comes away with it.
Again, the ground ball advantage has been huge for Furman.
On the break, in the attack. Gamble looking for a cutting Trice. Trice able to regain it. Back to Brennan.
Oh, good feed.
And a nice find of Shields, and why not give her 4? 7 points on the game for Abby Shields.
What a pass by Brennan. Already has a hat trick to her, or I'm sorry, has a goal to her name. Tacks on an assist as well. But the 50-50 balls, Furman has just been there time and time and time again. They have a 10 ground ball lead, 21-11. And they did it again. They're able to win that loose ball after the initial failed attack. Ball popped up in the air. They were able to maintain it, set up for a good shot, and we're going to have the third and final timeout here for the Blackbirds as things have gotten out of hand in a hurry. 7 straight goals allowed.
And we were tied up at 7-7 just a few minutes into the second half. But for the last 18 minutes or so, it's been all Paladins, 7 unanswered, and a lot of them coming off the stick of Shields, whether it's an assist or a goal. And so Furman in command, still 9:53 to go. They'll face Mount St. Mary's on Saturday. We'll have it, believe, on ESPN3. At Gardner-Webb on March 23rd, and then Coastal Carolina will be a home game on March 26th. Then they go at Detroit Mercy and at Central Michigan. So a Michigan swing around the end of March, 1st of April for Furman. 1-3 on the season. In just the 4th year of this program. So we'll take a look at these goals.
Furman just pouring it on. How about that one by Campbell with the having to regather it before the shot? They've gone high, they've gone low, they've gone inside, outside. A lot of it has been off of transitions. You'll see this transitional one here for Shields. Of course, Shields has just been all over the place. As mentioned, 4 goals and 3 assists. See it charging in. Set up from outside, and then the pass back in, little give and go action. The Furman has found every way to do it. And it has been thoroughly impressive. As it looked like they were kind of ceding some ground. They went up 7-4 late in the first half, gave up those 2 free position goals, gave up the tying goal with 3.5 minutes into this second half. And it looked like the Blackbirds were picking up a lot of momentum, and then all of a sudden Furman just slammed the gas pedal to the floor and has not let up.
So after the timeout, we'll have a draw with the lead at 7 for Furman. It'll be Gamble and Mosel facing off at midfield on the draw. Boy, Paige Gamble in the second half has absolutely destroyed these draws, and she's going to get pushed to the turf by Mosel. And so Furman will reset, and I think Paige Gamble will earn a little bit of a jog after going face first into the turf. So 9:30 to go. It's a 7-goal lead for Furman. Lilly with it. Gives it to Shields. Shields will move it around. That's Douglas. Has a hat trick today. Finds Gamble. Horine. Well, give it on to Gamble on the right side. Still plenty of time. 50 on the shot clock. Douglas. To Gamble here.
I was trying to look up what the Paladin record was for most points in a game, but I couldn't find it. But I'm guessing that 7 has to be close.
Yeah, 7's a pretty good total for the day, and here's a free possession reset. And a nice job by Virginia Gibbons. And LIU Brooklyn will have a chance here, and actually a smart foul there by the Paladins as the Blackbirds had started to run out.
Yeah, Gibbons has had a rough day, but that was a nice save. Save number 5 on the afternoon. Friel, for her part, 8 saves to the 7 goals allowed.
I think you'll see the Paladins foul at any advantage here with 8:12 to go in this one. LIU needs some goals quick as time is ticking away.
Furman's defense outside of the fouls has actually done very well. Aside from those 3 free possession goals, they've only given up 4.
2 of those just happen to be to Peters, who's an absolute sharpshooter. Pretty much from 10 yards out can put it anywhere she needs to. Haven't heard from her in a while, though. 7-goal lead here for Furman. Schinkowitz.
Another save for Friel.
And Friel turns it away. Blackbirds were the close to it in the way of May. May on the restart. Side to Zaleski. Zaleski played a role early.
And careless turnover.
Another unforced turnover, but it'll stay.
Oh, I thought that was a... Oh, yeah, there we go. I was going to say that was definitely a pass, not a shot.
Yeah, it was a curious change of possession there, and here comes Cookie Gammon.
Watch the
out.
wheels go.
Yeah, she can absolutely fly.
And she's got a wide open lane to the goal. She could take a shot.
And does, but nice job by Virginia Gibbons, who had her locked in.
Cookie Gam doesn't take many shots, but when you give her a lane that wide, why not?
Yeah, that's the defenseman's dream.
Again, great transition defense by Furman getting back. Looked like the Blackbirds had a chance for a transition shot of their own, and defense racing back.
Friel has done well in the goal, especially here in the second half. 6:08 to go. Rowland skips it all the way across. Schinkowitz behind the net to May. Mosel, and I think we're going to have a call here.
And Mosel, the other one who has scored a free position goal today besides Peters' 2.
See what they decide to set up here. Last time they Dumped it into the middle. I don't think they have this look this time. And Mosel will put it home and does her patented throw the stick into the ground after the score, and it's cut the lead to 6 with 5:48 to go.
That was the first goal in over 20 minutes for the Blackbirds, and that was not an easy one at all. She had 2 people hammering on her from behind and barely was able to squeak it through. Puts it past Friel. So it is now 14-8, but with less than 6 minutes, Blackbirds are pretty much going to need to win every draw from here on out and score quickly to even have a chance.
Yeah, they're out of timeouts. Furman still has a full 3. Back to midfield we go.
Campbell's done a great job on the draws so far today. Furman still with a 14-9 edge in that category.
It won't be Mosel this time. It'll be McQueen. Gamble tries to stay with it. And I believe we're going to have a call as McQueen came across the forearm of Gamble, and here's the reset. Shields.
How many times have we said her name today?
Well, she's one of the main possession players, especially when you're working it as a setup. And this one almost finds its way across the line. It was tipped away. And a great job by Gibbons getting back into the crease to hold on to that one.
And they need to absolutely fly downfield with only 5 minutes to go and trailing by 6.
Take a look at it again. This is a shot
off of her foot, off of the post, and what a save. It's actually before Gibbons could get there. That was a diving effort by the defense. Furman, meanwhile,
that was
takes back over.
That was Meg Lingo on the shot. Of course, you saw her standing outside the crease. She couldn't go in there to affect it. And it just held on. 6-goal lead here with 4:37 to go in this one. It was 7-7 at one point, and Furman scored 7 unanswered. Shields once again.
And we talk about how good she's been. She has 4 goals on 4 shots with 3 assists and leads everybody with 5 ground balls.
And Douglas was looking to have an opportunity to get her 4th goal of the day, but she was fouled inside, and so we'll have a free position here for Furman with 4:09 to go.
They haven't earned many of those. They got one where Gamble assisted.
She got a lot of space here.
Lingo, good chance for a shot if they want to take it instead of just taking their time.
And Douglas will find herself wide on the deflection. Furman keeps the possession. 40 on the shot clock. Double team, and Brooklyn will come out running. They'll go for a long pass.
That was pressured hard, but another long pass.
And there's McQueen.
Well, that's what you have to do when you're down by 6 with less than 4 minutes.
Mosel misses it with the net, but able to get the scoop. McQueen had some space if she could have got beyond the mark, but can't. So 3:33 to go. And Brooklyn, there's Harvey.
Another save for Friel.
So Friel with the save, and here comes the run out.
It's 10 saves on the day for Friel. Now, if I'm Furman, I would think, as much as you'd like to get a transition goal, might almost be better to just take your time and drain as much clock as you can.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes remaining. That's 2 full possessions of the clock. So Lilly put it to the outside. We haven't heard a lot from Trice today. It's been mostly Paige, Gamble, Shields, and Douglas carrying majority of the load for Furman today.
All of them with hat tricks.
And this will, after the foul, will be given to LIU Brooklyn.
However, Furman did drain a whole nother minute off of the clock before the violation, so.
Well, this would be, nothing's possible, but with 2:22 remaining on the clock, it's becoming more and more improbable. And Virginia Gibbons is
looking for help right now, as it's a little bit of a basketball equivalent of a full court press right now. Everybody is marked up everywhere.
Of course, you got to throw it on this half of the field. Yep. That's going to be short. Just didn't have the range.
And how about the defense by Furman? That was outstanding. Everybody marking up on defense, and then they coughed it up there. But
here comes Harvey. Harvey into the attacking zone. They trouble. And that's a big-time foul at the top. And
we're going to get a card for that. Not surprised by that at all. That was a big hit on the run. Take a look at it one more time, and just right to the shoulder. That's a big hit delivered by Morgan Franklin, the freshman out of Georgia. And
I think it was as much as the hit as it was the change of direction by Harvey. Harvey was coming hard on a full run. So we'll have another chance for the Blackbirds here, trailing by 6 with 95 seconds to go in this one.
Overall, really have to be impressed by the second half the Paladins have put together. After giving up those 2 goals late in the first and then one early in the second, it would have been easy for them to unravel, but instead responded with 7 straight goals. And played some great defense here in the second half. We're going to have a foul here, so I believe we'll have another opportunity for the Blackbirds, but with only a minute 12, it's looking like Furman will move to 2-3 on the year.
So Furman will try to win the 50-50 ball if they can get a scoop, and we got a foul on LIU Brooklyn. Furman should have it on the run out here, and they will. That's Meg Lingo.
And they can literally just hold the ball and drain the remaining minute if they so choose.
Well, they're going to pass it off here and see if they can drain out the rest of this one. We're going to have a foul inside here, so we'll
be Gamble.
Set things up here for the free position at the little bit left of center.
48 seconds. Gamble has an open lane if she wants to go for her 4th goal. I'm sorry, 3rd.
Here we go in the restart. She's looking for the hat trick, and she has it. Gamble will put Furman back up 7 with 45 seconds remaining, and just an impressive second half for Paige Gamble.
Yeah, she and Shields have both done just a little bit of everything. Gamble now with 3 goals and 2 assists, 7 draw controls, a ground ball, caused turnover. Really been a great game for Shields and Gamble.
So 45 seconds to go. That's customary after every goal. They check the stick, and we'll have one of our final, if not the final, midfield draw here in this one with Furman with a 7-goal lead. LIU had battled back. They were down 7-4, tied it up at 7-7, and Furman was 7 unanswered before they trade some goals here late.
Well, now on the season, Gamble with 14 points, and Shields behind her 7 points today now has 15. It is your team leader.
Mentioned the tough competition Furman's faced at Duke, at Johns Hopkins. They also hosted Vanderbilt and Presbyterian. So, except for that PC game, not a lot of opportunities to gather up the stat sheet. 32 seconds to go in this one. Lingo decides to lay it off. I'll be really surprised if Furman takes a shot here.
Yeah, with only 23 seconds, I would expect them to just play some keep away. So Furman behind an outstanding second half where they really just dominated pretty much every category. Ground balls, draw controls, shots on goal, goals.
So Furman will face Mount St. Mary's this Saturday. We'll have it. It'll be a noon start. And your final score, Furman 15, LIU 8. Behind some great offensive outbursts from Douglas, Abby Shields, and Paige Gamble. Partner, what's your final thoughts on this one?
Just the response of Furman in the second half was outstanding. It's going to give them a lot of positive momentum into that upcoming home game. Really exciting win for them. So move to 2-1 here at home. Try to move to 3-3 that next home game.
Some of the final highlights here is Furman has an outburst in the second half. They score 7 straight to win by 7. And I tell you what, we'll be having a good one here on Saturday. Mount St. Mary's at noon. So for Nate Warwick, Scott Cole, and the whole rest of our great crew here on the SoCon Digital Network, we'll see you on Saturday.